YouTube, what is going on? It is Sans coming at you with a quick review of Civilization V, and this is a strategy-based, strategy turn-based game, kind of in the same vein of the original World of Warcraft or Red Alert, if you guys have played any of those. So there's a lot of dynamics. As you can see right here, this is Pocatello, the Indian dude that is extremely pissed off at me, and during my first game, he was pretty much pissed off at me from the very beginning until the very end when I kicked his ass. So each game has a variety of different leaders or people that you can choose from, and what I've done so far is just played as the random person. So the first time I was the leader of the Siam people, and then this second time that I am the Queen of Spain. So you have quite the variety of people to choose from, as you can see here, and each game I would say lasts probably anywhere between 10 and 12 hours. So my first game was about 12, and I put in some decent time into my second one as well. So just so that you guys can kind of keep that in mind. Of course, it's a great way, if your parents are trying to kick you off, that you can just say, hey, I just want one more game, and then see what they say about that. So of course there are options, as you can see here. So if that's too much time, you can go ahead and alter all the different settings before you launch into a map, and then you can switch it up that way. So you can see here, this was when I started up a new game, and I was playing as Isabel. Now, with it being turn-based, what does that actually mean? So depending on how many players that you actually have on the map, each person will have one turn, and then it gets passed off to the next turn. Now when you first start, it kind of starts off like most of these strategy games, and that is you basically have some sort of a settler, and then also some sort of warrior class. So when you initially see your startup screen, you're going to need to found your city, and then from there you're going to take your other group of folks and then start exploring the map. So again, turn-based. So once you establish your city, then you're going to be able to move your units and then kind of travel around, and that's pretty much what the other folks are doing as well. Now keep in mind that when I was playing, this was all versus AI, so I haven't actually played multiplayer against other folks. After establishing your city, it's going to bring you to this screen where, of course, you're going to be able to research different technologies, build new buildings, or else build new units, or a combination of the two. So it provides you with a lot of leeway in kind of choices and how you want to plan. And of course, you kind of want to tailor your attack or the way that you're going to beat the game to whatever culture you're actually rolling with. So in this case, as a Spaniard, they tend to be better off of the coast, apparently. So in future thinking, that I want to make sure that I am actually establishing other cities towards the coast. Now, one of the greatest appeals of this game is just the vast variety of things that you can do and other groups that you can interact with. So here we see, I guess they're like states. So they're acting as like kind of individual computer groups that really don't fuck with you as long as you don't fuck with them. You can get different perks and all sorts of other fun stuff. And then of course you can also map your social policy, and each one has a different perk and they follow different trees. So depending on how much resources you have, then you can allocate culture points, etc., to these different policies. So again, it's all about really strategically thinking and making sure that everything's planned out. Now what we're looking at is actually one of the earlier games that I had, and you can kind of see the expansion of territories and how everything had kind of how everything starts to look, and you can see the borders starting to push up on each other. Now I just gotten done researching technology, so in this case it's navigation. Now down at the bottom you can see that that there is the map there. So seafaring people should probably research, of course, different types of technologies to make sure that you're able to explore the world and kind of see what other cultures are out there, so you can either establish a rapport with them or else fuck them up. Now this is actually I thought was a pretty fun part of the game. So this is the spy screen, and you can either send out your person as a spy or else as a diplomat. Now they can conduct counterintelligence in your own home city, and that's to prevent, of course, somebody that has a spy from stealing technologies of yours. Or conversely, you can send your spy to their city instead and conduct counterintelligence or intelligence gathering activities that way. Now with the spy, you can also elect to send him in as a diplomat, and the diplomat really becomes more important as you start doing the variety of different councils, and they basically stand up what is going to be the United Nations in the future, or kind of like a world convention. So you can have your diplomat influence the vote of policies and put it in your favor, kind of like rigging the election. Now, conversely, when you do that, though, other people are going to know and they'll most likely be notified. So it's kind of one of those things where you need to make sure that you have a very balanced approach in what you're doing, because things can definitely backfire. So there's like a lot of subtleties to the game that that I think that you'll pick up on as time goes on, and you really kind of start to understand what the game is really about. So overall, for me, I find the game extremely entertaining. Of course, this is coming from somebody that hasn't played a lot of these types of games recently. So if you follow the evolution of Civilization, this is obviously nothing new to you. But for someone like me that's pretty much a console gamer that had a very washed out version of Civilization that released a couple years ago, this is really night and day from what you see before. The intricacies, the level of detail associated with what you do, economic impact, how you allocate resources and how it's going to affect you later on in the game, strategic planning, making sure that people are your allies, and there's just a ton of activities that are constantly going on. And there's a variety of different ways that you can win. So it's not just pure brute force kicking down somebody's door and occupying their territory. It's actually catered more towards civilization and spreading diplomacy instead. In fact, when you siege a city, you might find out that that may not be the best approach. So overall, you guys, love the game, think it's a lot of fun. Hope you guys enjoyed the review, and check it out. Thanks.